Hey guys, setting up. I wish there was some sort of a countdown, like a drum roll or something. So I'm just chilling here. I'm exhausted, going through it, going through some stuff. I'm going to play this. Wow, that was so easy. So I'm taking it super easy on myself today. I'm being super gentle and nurturing with myself, giving myself a ton of love. My baby, oh, I should let my baby know I'm on, without going into personal details, obviously. Um, I'm going through some stuff. My baby's going through some stuff. My mama just texted me this morning. Something happened last night. So it's like, and something happened like yesterday, all this stuff, like life is just throwing all these challenges out. And like part of me just wants to like, oh, stay in bed and just be in the fetal position and just cocoon myself and whatever. But I'm here. I am in my power. I'm reminding myself who I am. I'm reminding myself of God's love for me, the God that created everything, that created me to be a God in my reality, is always loving me, always guiding me, always providing for me, always keeping me safe, always keeping me secure. And I trust in that fully. And just because I know what's going on, I understand why I'm experiencing the things that I'm experiencing, it doesn't mean that I'm going into any kind of self-blame, or if things go wrong, that somehow I'm going to beat myself up for it, because I do see that people go through this kind of cycle of abuse, torturing themselves because they're constantly questioning, oh my God, how did that happen? Did I create that? What created that? How did I create that? Why did I create that? That is not what you want to do. That is not a way to live consciously and deliberately. What you do want to do is just use your 3D reality to constantly remind yourself of what it is that you want. So if I'm experiencing, like right now, it is what it is. Thank you, baby. So, like right now I have all these physical symptoms going on, and I didn't sleep well. And I have all these human emotions happening about being worried and this and that about, my baby's fine. My baby's strong, but then, thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. God always heals us and keeps us safe from harm. But I'm human again, and I'm going to have my concerns and worries, but I'm just going to also allow experiences that happen. Like, again, without going to specific details, my mom texted me this morning. Something happened relatively late last night while she was driving. And it could have been something that, I'm not even going to say God kept her safe, but I basically use that to remind myself to constantly say all day, all night, my mommy's strong, my mother's strong, safe, all of this stuff, healthy. Same with Hannah, same with myself. So I think it's really interesting that, all of this stuff is mirroring back to me. But am I beating myself up about it? No, it is just all reminding me to be super, super, super in the moment, super clear in the present, in the now, in alignment with God, in trust, in love, because God is love, that everyone in my reality is healthy, strong, safe, secure, happy, confident, loving, appreciative. Everybody, we're all just, it's one big love fest, that everyone in my life is just all love, pure love, strong. Okay, so strong and secure and healing, constantly healing. So that is, I wanted to just say, like, you want to empower yourself and constantly remind yourself who you are. And I wanted to talk a little bit about God and how I see God, because I think it will help some of you guys, because it has always helped me manifest. And I've manifested powerfully in my life since I've been learning, since 2005 and 2006. And I used my life to learn so I could do what I'm doing now. So this right now is it's my grand manifestation to a degree. I still have obviously more, and I'm evolving, but I do not see God as being separate from me. I see that when I'm in alignment and in agreement with the God that created worlds, that created billions of galaxies, that created this amazing miracle of life that we're all grateful and appreciative enough to experience every day. And I don't squander that at all. I'm constantly in gratitude for that. I know that when I'm in alignment with God, I'm in alignment with my divinity and my purity, and I'm being pure, unconditional love, and I'm in complete agreement with that, and I'm in a complete agreement what's in my heart and in my core, that God is not separate from me, that God created me to be a little mini God in my reality, and God gave me all of the gifts that I need to be anything that I'm desiring in the core of me, because that is God's will for me. And that already exists because all creation was created all at once. And that even though in my human experience, I may not see right now physically what I want, I know that it's there. I know it's existing, and I'm trusting completely. So I'm not worrying about the how or the when. And when things come up in my reality, again, like just since last night, all of this stuff is coming up between, someone passed away, things with my mom, things with my baby, things with myself, like kind of, I'm just going to be super, super, super clear today, super gentle with myself. And in staying in alignment and in agreement with God, trusting everything that I'm manifesting is already done. So I could take these experiences and I could totally become a victim in my reality and say things like, oh God, I must think this and that, or I wouldn't be experiencing. But no, I don't do that. I just look at the 3D. What is it showing me? I'm looking in the mirror. What is it showing me? Okay, I need to be super clear about health, about wellness, about love, unconditional love, healing, happiness, joy. I need to enjoy and appreciate life and not squander it. So I'm going to go up really quick. So I'm going to talk a little bit. I have a session coming up in a little bit. I need to let me go over and see what time it's starting. Okay, I have a little bit of time. So I kind of want to talk about the steps that I take. I made some notes really quick before I get into these notes. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Jenny, hey. Prax GWR, I don't know what that is. Hello. Keva, so needed this, Mama Kim. It's like you heard me. You're welcome, Keva. Big hello to everyone from Keva. My baby, hi love, hi baby. Belikta, hello dear Kim. Hello Belikta. Hannah, you got this, it's done. Thank you, sweetie. Northwest wind. Give me a sec. Any meditation techniques to connect to God and the twin soul? Northwest. When you say the twin soul, if you mean your twin soul, you're already connected to your twin soul. Your twin soul is never separate from you. So any meditation technique to connect to God? Yes, I do have a couple meditations. Let me see if I can go in really quickly. Maybe I can get to this quickly and share it. If someone that's watching this right now has the link to my meditation playlist, if you want to paste it into the chat for Northwest Wind, that would be awesome. But otherwise, I'm just going to go to my playlists really quick. So Northwest Wind, you can go to my meditations playlist, and there's one called You Have It All Now. I would recommend listening to that. Okay. And as far as your twin soul, you're already connected to your twin soul. So maybe be a little more specific with your question, and I will try to answer it. Kat, hi everyone. Jenny Barrett, a bunch of diamonds. Thank you. Hocus Pocus. Hello, lovely souls. Kim, sending you good energy. This week, things are coming up for me too. Thank you for creating this beautiful, supportive collective here. You're welcome. Guys, I have a group collective tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to be part of it, it's $59. I will say that if not enough people sign up for it, because I don't think I gave it enough time, and with everything that's been going on over the past couple of days, I don't think I've been giving it the energy that it needs. So I'm bordering having it or rescheduling it. I'm on the fence. So if somebody wants to pump it up a little bit, or if more people want to join, great. If not, I might reschedule for the following week. It just depends, because how I'm feeling literally right now in this moment is that maybe I need to reschedule it. So let me get to a few more comments and questions, and then I'm going to talk a little bit. Jonathan, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What keeps the momentum for your self-concept, prioritizing yourself no matter the 3D as you stick to end SP and abundance manifestations? So what I do, and I know like sometimes you guys ask questions, and sometimes when I answer, it's so simple because I keep things simple. And I feel like I say the same things over and over again, but it's because it's always the same answer. There's literally never a difference. It's always the same. So Jonathan, my thoughts on keeping the momentum for my self-concept and prioritizing myself, no matter what the 3D is, that I stay in my inner imagination and I prime my mind for whatever it is that I want. First thing in the morning when I wake up, I need time when I first wake up to be with my thoughts, and I'm in quick observance of my thoughts. Usually, as soon as I wake up, the moment I wake up, my thoughts will automatically start with thanking God for creating me, thanking God for loving me, protecting me. I think of how grateful I am for my mom, for Hannah, for my dogs, for the bed that I'm in, for the comfort, for the sleep that I got. I'm grateful for my clients. I'm grateful for a successful practice. I'm grateful that I was able to manifest that so quickly. I'm grateful for all of my new clients. I'm so grateful for helping to heal the world one person at a time. I'm grateful for doing God's work. Then I go into thank you for creating me as being a powerful creator in my life. And I know that I'm doing your will because I know that whatever it is that's so deep in the core of me is what you want for me. And I know that you've already created it and it's done. So no matter what happens in my 3D, I remember that I am the creator in my life. And I do that by constantly selecting over and over and over and over and over again, the version of me that I want and the version of everything else in my reality that I want. So you guys know I love this. So this is just a visual. So I decide that this is who I am in the morning. And this version of me, there's a ton of layers to this version of me. So I go through the things that are important to me. And this would be the old version of me that is not this version of me. So throughout the day, I prime my mind first thing in the morning. If I have thoughts or fears come up, my thoughts and fears are actually manifestations in thought form, simply showing me what my belief is on a particular subject. One of those layers of my self-concept is showing itself in a thought or a fear. If I allow the thought and the fear, it keeps growing. And if I allow it to fester in me and I accept it as the truth, now all of the work that I just in the morning, it's not that it gets undone, but I will shift into this version of me. So I need to remind myself again, here we go. Who am I? And then the thoughts come up, and this time I remember who I am and I go into my trust, which means I go into the inner work, which is all about trusting in God, trusting in myself as being the creator of my life, trusting that God created me to create on God's behalf, and that I trust whatever's in my core is what God wants from me. And I know that the promise itself, the desire itself, is the promise of the wish fulfilled. So I consciously talk myself through it. And this time I stay really strict on my mental diet, and I remind myself of my new story of who I am and what I have in my life on every layer. When I do that, I am dropping the old story and I'm letting it go. And now I'm this version of me. To stay consistent, I need to stay super disciplined and focused and do my inner work 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes midday, 10 to 15 minutes at night when I'm going to sleep. And I need to stay on a super strict mental diet all in between. That's how I keep the momentum going. And I use my Jonathan, that's for you. That's how I do it. And I keep my focus that whatever comes up in my 3D thought form is a manifestation. Let's say, and I just went through what I do when I have negative thought or a fear. Let's say that I don't catch it at thought form. And now I am actually experiencing something in my 3D reality that really upsets me and it hurts me and it puts me in deeper fear. Same thing. So I can react to it. And when I react to it, it means now I am not only is it active inside me, but now I'm creating momentum towards that. When I do that, guess what? I'm holding on to it. So that means if I continue to emotionally react to it, sorry, but that means I'm going to have to experience it come up again in my 3D. And I like to think of it as challenges, as if you were gaming. My baby Hannah loves gaming, so I love thinking of it as gaming. And even though I don't think it's God testing us, I think of it more as I'm testing myself. I'm seeing, have I leveled up? Have I allowed myself to let go of this limiting belief in this fear or not? If it's not so active in me, it can't stick to me. It will roll off. It will roll off like water off. Was it roll off like water off a duck? I don't know, but it will just like, it can't stick to me. It can't stick to me. And that means that I'm like looking at it, I'm like, yeah, whatever. That's not what I want. I don't want this. What is my new story? And I just go very smoothly into it. Doesn't mean that I'm not feeling some fear, but the sooner I can get back into the old story and trust, that means I'm dropping in, I'm letting go. I constantly have to drop memories of the things that I don't want over and over and over and over again. If things end up being in a specific situation, if things end up being just too hard, and I've done everything that I can, I won't waste my life, because life is too short and life is too precious. At some point, I might concede to it and say, okay, you know what? I've done everything that I can. I've trusted, I'm handing it over to God, but this particular thing is too hard for me to, obviously there's something that's very deep in this and I'm not able to, like, I just can't see past it. I recently had a client, she's very powerful, and we were talking, and she was having a problem with her SP, and she got to a point, and I thought for her it was actually very empowering, but she did get to a point where she was just like, you know what? I've got to a point where I feel so strong and I love myself so much that I actually feel like I want to let go completely and be happy, because this is too hard. And her attitude was actually, for her, it's not necessarily what I would do and what I would suggest other clients to do, but for her, the right choice was, she felt a very strong feeling of, I got to let this go because life is short and I want things in my life to be easy. So my focus is going to be, things are just going to be easy. And I'm going to allow God to bring it to me, knowing that I deserve more, I'm worthy, and I know that I'm going to have it. And for her, that was a good choice. And I support her in that fully. And just to stay with her for a second, she budgeted a certain amount of money to gamble with. It was not a lot of money. She budgeted it, so it was very responsible of her. She was just like, okay, this is extra money that I have. I'm going to play with it. While she was gambling with it, she kept losing the money in the 3D. And she kept saying to herself, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I have more than enough money. More than enough money keeps coming in, and I trust it. When she went home the next day or so, whenever it was, she ended up with like $7,000 worth of unexpected checks. Okay. Because why? She wasn't worried about the outcome. And when the outcome showed up as the opposite of what she wanted, she wasn't freaking out about it. She trusted and knew she's going to have more than enough money coming in. This doesn't matter. It's not harming me. It's all good. She's a very powerful creator, and I'm very proud of her. She's always in her power. So back to Jonathan really quick. That's how I stay with the positive momentum of my self-concept. I just stay super strict with myself and I don't fall for the 3D. And when I do catch myself falling for the 3D, I allow myself to see the 3D as a non-judgmental observer of it. I kind of zoom out and I go, okay, is this what God wants? Absolutely not. Not at all. Am I in love or am I in fear? If I'm in fear, then I'm not in love. If I'm not in love, I'm not in God. If I'm not in God, then I'm not currently creating what it is that I want. I'm probably on a trajectory, if I don't catch myself, on what it is I don't want. The nice thing about this is that when you shift your trajectory or your timeline into another potential end of not having the love that you want, the relationship that you want, the career that you want, or the money that you want, you can literally shift back just like that. Nothing is ever final. Nothing is ever set in stone until we, move on from this life. So it's never too late. But a lot of people in this community in particular have been doing things for a long time. They're very tired. They're living a life of anxiety. And to me, when you're at that place, it's time for you to step back, put everything that you're working on the shelf for a little while, preserve it in a nice place. And you need to focus on loving yourself. You need to focus on prioritizing yourself, because when you're feeling drained and anxious and in anxiety constantly, you're technically in a state of not trusting. You're not trusting. Did I say that right? I think I did. You're not trusting in your end. So what's happening is that you are trusting more in the old version of you and your thoughts and your fears, and you're being who you actually are, You have outgrown this version of you. And if you want to trust what's in your heart and in your core and God, then you are going to focus only on this. And when this old stuff comes out, you're going to consciously choose to drop it and let it go completely. You have to do that continuously over and over again. And again, if it's getting too hard, step back and nurture yourself and give yourself the love that you need. So I made some notes. You first stop and remember who you are. Remember what is happening. Like I just said, you want to nurture your feelings to get in a more empowered state. Remember that your thoughts and your feelings and your behaviors and your actions are all manifestations of what you truly believe. So if you are finding that you are shifting into a version of you that is feeling anxious, that you want to check social media, for example, if it has to do with your other half, that you're not trusting them, that you're feeling insecure, that means that you're not really technically trusting in, you're not technically trusting in the version of you that is loved, safe to be loved. You can trust a relationship. You can trust your other half. You can trust your union with your other half. For you have a story there about maybe you're not feeling safe to be loved, or you're not feeling secure, maybe because of things that have happened to you and you're still holding on to your past. So you're trying to protect yourself. Your actions, your thoughts, your feelings are manifestations telling you where you truly are. So you got to be honest with yourself, because you cannot lie to God. You cannot manipulate anything with this. This is all about being pure and being in your divinity, your divine nature. You can't lie to God. You can't lie to, you call it God, universe, source, whatever. You just cannot lie. You can fake it till you make it, for sure. Absolutely. 100%. I did that with my old business. I faked it till I made it, day and night. And I would always shift right into the version of me that I was, kind of, it was like an alter ego type of thing. Like I made the decision, this is who I am. I'm a powerful, strong, whatever. I can't even get into it right now because it's so not me anymore. But so if your actions are always going to tell you something. So if you're feeling super anxious and worried about money, then, it might be an old story that you have attached to money. I was just talking to one of my clients today about money, and you want to kind of look at money the same way that you look at everyone else in your reality. You want to see that treat money as if, first of all, that God is taking care of you, and that God is always going to bless you and give you the finances that you need to live a happy and secure life. You want to focus on safety and security, because that is what's at the heart of money. You want to see money as a positive thing. You want to see that money circulates in and out of your life. More comes in than goes out. But you definitely want to treat money, appreciate money like you would be a good friend to a friend, right? So when you spend money, you want to be grateful. Obviously, do I have to keep saying this? God is always providing for you. Okay. When you let God provide, let the provider provide for you, and God will provide for you. Okay. So that is an umbrella statement. But when it comes to money, you actually want to be friends with money. You want to see money as always taking care of you. Like whenever you can pay a bill, instead of getting like, oh, I hate paying this, or feeling like restricted, or a sense of lack that you're not going to have more, you want to actually be super grateful and like give money a persona. Like see money as like, here, I just got you electricity. I just got you all this food. I just, bought you this great outfit. I just put gas in your car. I just bought you this or that, or paid for whatever. And you want to just be super grateful every single time you spend money on anything. Thank you, money. Thank you, money. Thank you, money. The richest, he's a billionaire. I think his name is Ken Honda. He's in Japan. He had a thing that happy money. So you just want to keep the idea of money as like, money is a friend. I appreciate money. I respect money. I don't waste money. I am grateful for money. I love that money always shows up in my life and allows me to have so many things in my life. And I love that money keeps coming in more and more. And I love that I keep feeling more and more secure. And always remind yourself, are people around you making money? Yes. Yes. Have people, like whatever you're looking to do for a job, are there other people successful in that? Yes. Okay. Do I have a strong pulling towards this career or to get these grades. So, because when I get these grades, I know that I may potentially get an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Do other people have I seen that other people have succeeded in that? Yes. Yeah. Then why do I have a belief that I am going to fail? That's where your block is. And that's where you want to give yourself a bunch of love and kind of be your own cheerleader and do that for yourself. Okay. Because if someone can manifest something, so can you. It's that simple. And you wouldn't have the desire anyway, again, if it didn't already exist. So northwest wind, I like how much you mentioned God, as some LOA people don't mention too much about God, right? And how we connect with God. I know. All right. So let's see. I guess. Okay, hold on. I'm going up. I missed a whole bunch just now, guys. The red cat, hello from the Central Europe. We have 1813. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Surrey Angel, hey there. Hey, my baby. Hannah, how do we balance our work life and family life in challenging circumstances? I would focus first thing in the morning when I get up and thank God for, thank you for giving me balance in my life. Thank you for giving me all this abundance. Thank you for helping me get through challenges. Thank you for always showing up for me. Thank you for going ahead of me and handling everything. Thank you for making it so easy for me to be balanced. Thank you for all of this balance. Thank you for all this security. Thank you for all of this love and this abundance. I'm so happy and grateful that I allow you to love me through my work, through my family, and through life. Thank you for handling all the circumstances. I trust you, and I know that you're handling everything. And then I would go through some imaginal acts that would prove to me that I am balanced, that I have my work life and my family life balanced. So I would focus on harmony. That's what I would do. Surrey Angel, thank you, baby, for that question. Surrey Angel, and you are my family, sweetie pie. Surrey Angel, Kim, do you have a video where you talked about how to tell someone is a twin soul and not an expander? Okay. I don't have a video on that, but it's a good topic. So I'll have to put some thought about that. I don't have enough brain capacity right now to really get into that, but I'm going to put that down as a topic to talk about because I do think it's worth talking about. It does come down to, I do believe on a soul level that we know who the expanders are and who our person is. So maybe I can talk about this a little. I'll try. I have experienced expanders in my life, and there was always like, it's like my ego wanted to see if this was something, but in my core, deep down, deep down, I always knew this isn't the one. This isn't the one. Like, that's the best way to put it. So when he came into my life, I knew that I had done so much work on this and I was ready. And because there were so many of these amazing synchronicities that happened right before I met Hannah, and then while we were talking, and obviously the things also that he was saying to me, the things that were coming up in our conversations, like we talk about this all the time, that it's beyond, like it's kind of at a crazy level of the things that we have had, the experiences that are kind of so synchronistic between us that we could seriously write a best-selling book. And so there's never a question if Hannah is my other half or not. There's just not a question. Now, this is not the case with me and Hannah, but in some cases, me and Hannah excluded, even if it's your other half, if you have too much of a story around it that you can't get past it no matter what you do, sometimes for some people it gets to a point where you're not loving yourself, you're not prioritizing yourself, and you're not living your life. Because you're doing that, you've thrown yourself off balance. You cannot, your mirror soul has to mirror that back to you. If you're unbalanced, so is your mirror soul. If you don't really believe that this is your mirror soul won't really believe that you're their mirror soul. If you're wavering back and forth, your mirror soul is wavering back and forth. That's the best way to put it. But if deep down you know that this is the one, and if you're willing, like your love for yourself has to be number one, because if you're putting someone else on a pedestal, they are putting you on a pedestal. So after you've done that inner work of putting yourself first, and it's not in a selfish way, but it's knowing that you're worthy and deserving of actually having an easy and happy love, then if you continue to have a story about the other person, you want to continue to see them as being the highest and best version of them and trusting in that version. And if you keep seeing evidence of what you don't want, you have to get to a point where you really have to learn how to drop. You have to drop the memories and the circumstances and the old stories. And I know a lot of people say that they're dropping the old story, but oftentimes the old story keeps coming up in conversation. The old story comes up in comments under videos. The old story is very active still within you, because guess what? If you're experiencing something in 3D, whether it's around financial abundance, security, money, health, or love, if it really hits you deep, that means that the story is still active within you. And I'm sorry. Those are your moments to drop it, because when you do drop it and you reduce your internal emotional reaction, then you can actually get excited, because that's the purge of the old and it makes way for the new. But we do have to go through that. And I'm really sorry. I'm not meaning to give you a limiting belief, but I still go through it to this day. So, I mean, I'm going through a bit of my own purge right now, right? But it's okay. I trust God, and I know what I deserve, and I know what's already done. I know what's already created. So this is the middle on certain things in my life, and I'm just going to let it all work itself out and trust. Okay. So I hope that helps, Suri. Empowered sister, and advice. My SP is in med school, and for the life of me, I can't get the thought out of my head that everything will be better once he graduates. I don't know why I'm making that a circumstance. Okay. Well, that's your block. You're saying it right there in your comment, in your question. So I can't get the thought out of my head that everything will be okay once he graduates. Okay. I'm really trying to get in here with you, but can you just see that the two of you guys, I mean, are you close with your SP now while they're in school, in med school? See if you can answer that. What is it that, give me a better idea, because I can't tell from what you're writing what your issue is with this. So I'll wait for your response. Hannah, my baby, how can we increase our financial security? Every morning when you wake up, you want to do the same thing I already mentioned. It's always the same. Tap into God, tap into your trust and being abundant, that God is always giving you everything that you deserve. Trust that you were created as being the little mini God in your own reality. And if God gave you, for example, the inspiration to create something in your life, you want to go into trust that you know that God has your back, and that what it is that you're creating, God is literally going to be, once you make a step towards it, it's all going to unfold, and God is going to give you all the resources that you need and that you want. And if financial abundance is part of that, then all you do is focus on feeling at ease, feeling secure, feeling good about money. When unexpected bills come in, you not really worried about it because you have more than enough finances. You always want to see yourself as having more and more and more and more come in. And you just want to continue to be super happy and grateful when you think about money. Guys, I have 2 minutes and then I'm going to have to stop. So I'm going to go down and see if Empowered, thank you, sweetie, for that, Hannah. Empowered Sister, I'm going to see if Empowered Sister said anything. Okay, I'm sorry, Empowered Sister, I don't see anything. Hannah, dreams in my perspective is our mind's way of sorting out things we can't overcome while we are consciously awake. In Native American culture, each object you see in a dream represents the self. That's perfect. Exactly. That's perfect. I love it. Hocus Pocus wrote, Northwest Wind wrote at Hannah, going to pay attention to dream objects. That's so interesting. Thank you. Hocus Pocus wrote, thank you, Hannah. It's a vast contrast between my day and nighttime. I have never experienced this intense. Hannah, synchronicity is constant between us. Our minds think on the same wavelength. We hear each other's thoughts. Kim and I, our connection is very empathic. Yes, it is. So I love you guys. I hope that I helped a little bit with today's live. If you guys do want to join tomorrow's collective coaching, I'll leave it open for another few hours. But if a lot of people don't sign up, then I'm probably just going to reschedule. So I think with everything that I'm going through, it would inspire me if more people signed up. And right now, the way I'm feeling is, I'm okay also rescheduling it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this link here. If anybody wants to be on it, I'll give it a few more hours today. And if I don't get more people signing up by the end of the day, you guys that did sign up, I'm just going to reschedule for next week. I'm just feeling super tired. I need to nurture myself and take care of myself. It's very important. And that's it. So I'm going to end this now. I love you guys so much. And I hope that the video today helped. Keep being loved, keep trusting in God, keep trusting in your higher self. You are the little mini me God in your life, and God gave you everything that you need already. Like it's just as simple as that. You just have to continually stay focused and stay disciplined on your end. And you guys see that I constantly post, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. It really is. So don't get so caught up in the 3D, because the middle is called the messy middle for a reason. It gets really messy when you're constantly trying to, a lot of people are trying to troubleshoot and control as things do come up in the 3D, like they're trying to control their circumstances. And that is going to be draining, and it's going to keep you stuck in the middle. It's going to get messy and ugly, and it's going to delay you actually experiencing your end, whether it be in a happy relationship with your other half, whether it be with the finances that you deserve, a good health situation, or all of the above. Okay. I love you so much. Remember, this is law of assumption. It's a law of beliefs. Life is mirroring you back to you always, constantly. It's really that true. Thank you, whoever's given me the love. I love you guys so much. And I will see you next time. Have an amazing day. And, we're going to have probably the awkward ending, but I love you.